Well, I'm live. Um, I don't know how many people are going to tune into this, but it's quiet. Oh, but that stinking bird. It's been a while. Um, I'll wait a little bit, see if there anybody pops on. Probably should have went Facebook too. This is my first YouTube live, man, on a mobile. Thank you, StreamYard, man. It's pretty cool. Ah, hush. It's all good though. I'm home. It's late. Figured I'd pop on and see if there's anybody that would mind jumping on. Well, did want to discuss the channel a little bit, but you know, I've done that to death. I think. Um, since I am live, I should have scheduled this, but this is kind of an impromptu thing. Like I said, it's my first one. Um, StreamYard just put it up where you can do mobile devices, which is freaking awesome. Um, I'm excited about it. Maybe I can actually do my live streams twice over, here on YouTube and on Facebook. That would be great. It's nice and cool tonight. I got my camping chair out in the yard. Just sitting here enjoying the night. Nice clear sky. That's beautiful out here tonight. Excuse me. I've sat out here from time to time to see if maybe I can catch old Sasquatch sneaking up on my place. I know it sounds silly, but something I ain't never told y'all before. But I think your rascal's already been here. I've got a, I've got what they call a redbud tree out here in my front yard, and there's a limb about 7.5, 8 foot up. It's just broke for no good reason. And it's been like that. It's happened probably about, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago, right about the time I started filming and doing my research out there. Now, back behind me, my son's bedroom, we switched bedrooms for him, is right behind me. And in the flower bed, there's a flower bed we keep right along the window. And there's a bare patch where something had laid it all down for probably, I don't know, about 2 feet in diameter. I couldn't see any prints, but it was all laid down. And we didn't have a dog or a cat big enough to do anything like that. So, and it was about, I don't know, 2, 3 months ago. My wife and my son are hanging out in his bedroom. It's probably about 11:30 at night, and there's a big thump against the side of the house. So who knows? I've heard tell that they do follow you home. I believe they do. I believe they have. I believe they come around still. To be honest with you, they don't hurt nothing. Creepy, but they don't hurt nothing. You swear it was in the middle of the day. A stinking bird. You can hear the bullfrogs. I bet you. Maybe if I schedule it, maybe it'll show up. Maybe somebody will show up. Excuse me. It's a lot of sounds out here at night, though. You hear the train, probably. I don't know. Maybe. Um, hmm, something to play with, I reckon. But I'm on my mobile right now until I get my webcam. It's going to be a little bit. And I'm just happy as a lark. Cuts out the middleman and all that BS of having to have 1,000 subs. Been thinking about taking a look at an old asylum not too far from here called St. Albans, and it's reported to be haunted. I know I know of a couple of fellas that had worked there many moons ago, and they swear up and down some strange stuff went on there. I wouldn't doubt it. You take any hospital, it's going to have something like that happen, especially in a mental hospital. You know, you take a mental hospital or a prison. Yeah, I would say that it's one it's one of those places that's going to be riddled with it. Um, more than likely, I'd say it's all residual, but there are people that hang around. I used to go to yard sales and flea markets and stuff like that, and get antiques and all this other stuff. And my sister, bless her heart, she's into this. Um, what she call this primitive primitive furniture. Could remember the name of it. I built it myself. Some of it myself. I distress it and all that. But after I've learned a few things here and there about how spirits can attach themselves to inanimate objects. You know, I not just houses. Um, say it was a child's doll or a book or a lamp, anything. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. Nope, nope. Um, hell, no, I don't do it. So why wouldn't they hang out in these places? I mean, you think about the mental anguish that goes on in prisons and mental hospitals. You think about it. It's not just I can understand there being hauntings at a a hospital or a rest home or something like that. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, St. Albans been meaning to do it for a long time. Um, I'd like to get a couple of people together and see what we can get going. I could talk a lot. It's hard to tell. I'm not recording anything, so I'm probably going to talk a little bit if y'all don't mind. Doesn't look like y'all gonna mind a bit because nobody showed up to my live stream. That's all good though. Everybody's in bed. Hell, it's after midnight. I sat long and hard and wondered about what the hell I'm going to talk about. It's like, Lord, boy, you talk about anything and everything. Just, just open your mouth. Something will fall out, and good or bad, don't matter, I guess. I watched BDRP Late Show last night. It was uh, DDoS had Carrie Arnold on there last night, and they were talking about uh, you know proving the existence of Sasquatch and all the complications that are involved with it. Now, I've mentioned to you before. I mean, anybody who's paid attention to these videos of mine know that I believe there's a paranormal aspect to it. I also believe that they're flesh and blood. But if if I'm talking to somebody about the subject, and I'm with Carrie on this one, and D to a certain extent. He's a little extreme on the other side where I used to be, but I've seen too much. I know too much now, and I'll get into that later. But somebody's wanting to know that they exist. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna overwhelm them with some craziness right off the bat. Stuff that I had a hard time digesting when I first started looking into the subject. I'm not gonna do it. I can't. It's just not logical. It's just I'm not going to sit down there and say it's a wood ape. It's an unidentified North American great ape or some type of relic hominid. I personally I believe it's something more than that. I will base a lot of my knowledge around what I hear from eyewitness reports, my own personal encounters, and Native American tales, their legends, stories. You got I don't know how many odd different tribes there were across the United States, in Canada, Mexico, and they all had some sort of interaction with Sasquatch. So, and not all of them were communicating. Hell, half of them didn't even speak the same language. Think about that for a minute. I mean, some of the tribes were warlike. Some of the tribes were peaceful. Some of them were in the middle of the road. Live and let live, but don't mess with me. They were all different to some extent. So I don't know. I just don't, I'm not gonna tell people about the portals and the disappearance and the telepathy the mind speak, if you will. Um, and all this other stuff. No, I'm not going to go into that right away. He's just, you don't let him, you kind of ease him into it. You don't want to scare him away. It's like, you're full of crap, man. You're full of crap. This is just BS. And you're a nut. So, I mean, I mentioned it before. I've lost a few friends in this. They've put their distance between me and themselves. Because they're professionals. They're in a professional setting, and if anyone had any idea that they were still involved with me, and talking to me, and they knew that I was a paranormal investigator, Bigfoot researcher, whatever, and I really don't like that term, researcher, because I'm not. Not really. So that no, I can understand that. I, I'm not I'm not pushing it on anybody. If they want to know, I'll tell them, and if they want to come out with me on a camping trip, I'll take them. Now I've been on a couple of overnighters and had one that hit me hard. It was my first one. It was a night of a new moon. It was dark, and I wouldn't long get the hell out of there. I mean, I left my tent and everything. That's the second time I've let that shit happen to me. My first time was probably about 12, 13 years ago. Yeah, be about 13 years ago this year. My first encounter with the hairy people. First encounter. Well, I don't know how many is actually going to see this, and how much, how many of you guys are going to tune in, but still trying to figure all this out. I might be hitting up a couple of live streams to do tests and whatnot, so it's probably what I should have been doing tonight. Throwing a couple of these out. And that bird just won't shut up, will it? He's been running his mouth about as long as I have. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to jump off of here since this is my first YouTube live stream. I'm going to try and jump on over to Facebook, see if I can get anybody to come on, and so I can talk with y'all. Maybe that'll work. And we'll try again later. Until next time, guys. Probably do it when there's light. Love you, mean it.